So right now in the series, out of all the main cast, Gray is the one who's got the real kind of like actual goal of becoming more powerful. Like there's always that strive to become stronger and to become better for all the characters, though Natsu seems to be a little bit weary of it right now. But Gray, we know, wants to get stronger specifically so he can feel like he's able to protect Juvia, so he can actually be with her. That's the only thing keeping them apart at this point. But I want to talk about Gray's level of potential, because when you look at a lot of the characters in the main cast, I think Gray and his like level of just like the full like scope of his ability is a little bit overlooked when you see. You obviously got Natsu. Natsu's the main character. He's got a lot of really powerful aspects to him. You know, the demon, dragon, god coming up eventually. You got Urza with all her crazy swords. We know her the hype from Irene being her mother and stuff. She just had a really awesome fight, with Lactus and whatnot. You got Lucy with all her keys, and a lot of hype potential there with how she can combine them, and maybe she eventually have the Celestial Spirit King. Wendy as an enchantress, everything she can do. But Gray, I think his is in the mixture of his ability. And I just want to talk about three specifically that we know of. And the first one, obviously, it's straight ice make abilities, but not his normal one. And it's a technique I don't know if we're gonna get again. It's a little bit weird, and that being Gray's Ice Make Unlimited series, because we got that in the fight with Rufus, and it's not like it's some special new age like Ice. It's really just he becomes super fast. He becomes like a very, very fast, specific, ice molding person. He's able just to create a lot of detailed and defined weapons and objects within a very short span of time. Now, the idea of this high speed, ice making is a very useful technique. It doesn't have to be automatic every single time, but it's something that him busting out again would be very useful, and especially the way it could combine. Another one is when we saw him fight Invul, he ended up copying Invul's ice. He ended up copying his true ice, which in the ideas of true ice, after what we saw, when he says that it can freeze anything, which in a way is could easily be an over exaggeration. The fact that it's worked on a Slayer, and it wasn't something like God Slaying, it's like in the description. It just seems to void durability. It's ice. It has to touch them, but if it touches them, it seems to just be this. Oh no! It's the raw, true essence of the cold. It's gonna affect you. It's gonna go at him. All you have to do is get away from it. But Gray, who ended up using Ice Make and a combination of Ice Make and his Slayer magic, because we know how Slayers, they're able to adapt to variations of their elements, was able to copy it and then make it, just pretty much just make the same ice. So him adding that onto his would be a heavy increase. We don't know fully if he can just pop it out right now. It could easily be like Natsu's Savage Dragonfire, where it's it would take a lot in order to do that, because the ice in general, even with Invul, that was Invul's biggest thing. It's not like it was his base cold. It was, oh no, this is my ultimate move, is this broken durability voiding ice. Now, from that, we can move on to his last thing, that being his Devil Slaying magic. Now, Devil Slaying is an all-around increase, similar to all Slayer magics. It gives increase to all stats, it gives them adaptability prospects, but only when it comes to, obviously, ice. I mean, there are times when they can do stuff with elements outside their own, but only if there's a Lacrima involved. But with that, imagine him combining his Devil Slaying, which again, he gives him increased durability, speed. It makes his ice more durable. It makes his ice able to contend other types of magic. It's able to especially counter devil powers and demon powers. But on top of that, give him this true ice, and then give him Ice Make Unlimited. Now, the thing about Ice Make Unlimited that I really want Mishima to bring back is it's not anything wild that if you gave to Gray, it would just be some fight turning thing, because Gray just drops the true ice on somebody, it's gonna damage him. The Ice Make Unlimited is just a very high paced one. Now imagine this though, because we never really saw a lot of his Ice Make Unlimited. We saw the swords. I wish we got to see cannons, or in what I prefer Gray personally with the bow, Those are probably my favorite of Gray's attacks are when it comes to when he's doing archery, because he's got swords, but like swords really like when it comes to like Fairy Tail, and especially the main cast, when you think of swords, you're thinking of Urza. And I always liked it just like with Gray with bows, because he's got like very regular ranged attacks. And I just imagine like an Ice Make Unlimited, he makes like a Super Freeze arrow set, maybe just like a bunch of clones of him, all all with bows, or he just makes a bunch of like hovered bows or whatnot, maybe other cannons, and then involves the True Ice in them. And so he's just got this giant high speed devil like buffed True Ice like barrage that it's anyone that's gonna hit, it's just gonna start like, it's just gonna cause like a immense being. And then because we know one thing, in that he's gonna end up fighting Skullion again. I mean, Gray has this long going thing of like anytime he loses somebody, he then seeks out whoever fought him later, because he wants to get that one up on him. So I can see him fighting Skullion again, and he's gonna really need an increase, not just as like power up, but I still think he's gonna need like a full like big jump, and I'm still hoping for that higher end level of Devil Force. And I know it's not the official name. We just call it that because it's essentially the same as, it's the Demon Slayer equivalent to Dragon Force. He's further going down the line of what he's adapting into. But get something like that, maybe give him like, I'm really hoping for some horns with icicles on him. I just really like that idea. But he's gonna need it against Skullion, because we know now that the Dragoners all have their Dragon Force, and how fast and how aggressive it progresses them. So he's gonna have to require his own version. Plus, if we could get like an Ice Demon versus a Bone Dragon, that's gonna be super sick. But anyway, I mean, that's actually just thinking about it makes me think of the Monster Hunter Iceborne pack. But anyway, comment below. Tell me your thoughts on this, because like I said, I really like the Fairy Tail main cast, but like legitimately, when it comes to all the characters right now, and you're like evaluating all their power levels and stuff that's coming forward, Gray is the easiest one to gloss over. And I think that's because like he's the only one that didn't get to really, at least so far, reveal anything new. Like Lucy had her Star Drex mix. Natsu's was always a Darius Dragon Force in the previous bit with Merciful, but it's still something that he got to show that was brand new. Wendy had her Irate enchantment. You have Urza with all her new fancy enchanted swords. So I'm hoping that Gray gets something. I don't know if he's gonna have anything to reveal like in the Alderaan fight. Maybe he will show that he's got he's got a further Demon Slayer like boosted state. Please, it doesn't even have to be a massive horn. I just would like to see a horn with an icicle on it, and just to see what Gray is like fully capable of. Because we saw like when when Freed put up the runes, and he's like, you can't use ice magic. He's like, oh, I'll just use the devil aspect of it, and then he got all the devil like increases and whatnot. So I'd appreciate it. Some comments below. Comment below and tell me your thoughts, because I am very curious. I'm very curious to know what Gray's gonna pop out, because Gray's he's really like a prominent character. He's really kept up with a lot of things, and like I said at the start, he's the only one that's like, he has a very personal reason for becoming stronger and becoming more powerful than anybody else right now on the team. So other than that, comment below, thumbs up the video, turn the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. By the way, I'm pretty sure everybody's already subscribed. I thank you all for listening.